It's Laura Eubanks of Design for Serenity, and myself and Team DFS are in Coronado at Las Flores Tower. We did a beautiful kind of undersea garden for these folks a number of years ago, 6 years ago, 7, something like that. And we were doing regular maintenance for a couple of years, and then one of the owners said they would take over, and well, that went sideways. So we are back, not to do maintenance today, but to do a renovation. So what I have the crew doing right now is pulling out all of the larger rubble rock that I have down here. I have a lot of really valuable rock that I want to reuse. So we're going to pull out all of the bigger rock. The little top dressings, no worries. Because we are going to be bringing in more soil too to create more mounds again, because it's kind of sunk. Most of these plants will be repurposed in the design. We'll cut them, clean them, reset them. So I got some pretty cool stuff from Waterwise Botanicals that was delivered this morning. We're also going to make a run to Oasis tomorrow to get some 1-gallon color. And this is a fairly shady location, so the color needs to be updated every year or so. I think is a good idea. Over here, we're going to support these crassula in here. I'm really, these have done really, really well. Maybe do a little trimming. We have a big blue glow that bloomed out. So this is we're gonna take the saws out of this and get this out. And then I'm kind of back and forth. Do I want to continue the jades through here and just call it? Or do I want to do one of my big specimen plants, like maybe the trigona in here for interest? We're going to be doing pygmy palms up top here and up top over there. There were some other palm trees that had just seen better days and were getting way too tall and way too big. You want to take a peek at them, Hannah? Yeah. Yeah, their days were definitely numbered. Here they are. And it's just so amazing when you look at how few roots these things have. It didn't take the guys any time at all to yank these out. And as I said, they were getting very spindly and they were very, very tall and they were hitting the roof. So we're going to start over at the suggestion and recommendation of the board here with the pygmy palms. So Greg should be here any minute with our soil and our pygmy palms and some really cool rocks from KRC. But we took out all the rock, that we wanted to take out. We left a few of the plants in place, but most of them did come out because I want to raise the soil level. So our beautiful Matillo cactus is not being thrown away, so do not worry, that is absolutely not being thrown away. Did I tell him earlier that this came from my garden? I don't think I did. I brought that from my garden years ago when I did this installation. So it's special and it stays. Over here, we decided to do both. We decided to do the Euphorbia trigona and the jade, not one or the other. And I'm really, really happy with this. I feel like the trigona adds some interest and elevates this visually just a bit. So over here, same thing. We're pulling off all of the rock, and we're going to be installing the 3 pygmy palms in here, and then we decided to leave the barrel cactus. It looks to me like it's going to do something. It's kind of oblonged up top, like it's going to split or do some cool thing pretty soon. It's pretty beach ball right now, but look at the top, how small it is, and kind of like an eye almost. Oblong, very cool. What's the situation with this? Did we do this?
We have to ask him.
Okay, hopefully we didn't do that, but if we did, we'll fix it. So, yes, this is where we're at right now. Next update, you will see some major movement in this garden. It's a wrap at the Coronado shores, and with the help of my extraordinarily talented team of designers and Greg, we knocked her out in just a couple of days. I'm super thrilled with this. Those of you that follow and remember this project when we did it, I'm sorry, but this pachypodium leaf is driving me nuts. Okay, there we go. We'll remember that there were, the very tall, help me out, comments, Kentia palms, I think. But they were floofy all the way up to the ceiling. And with those out, it completely changes the vibe of the space. You know me, I like to plant some more and cram things in with shoehorn and all the things. But restraint, the third R, was actually easier for me this time because I kept adding more things and stepping back and saying to myself, ooh, that's too much. It's too cluttered. There's nowhere for the eye to rest. And I couldn't quite figure it out. I thought, am I having a stroke or what is happening right now? Then it occurred to me, it's because so much more of this rock is exposed. And this is fabulous borrowed landscape. It's really making us look so good. This natural organic rock treatment on this wall, that's where the eye tends to go. So it's almost like, it's more than a frame. It's part of the installation. There, that's it. So this is, you could count on about 20 hands how many plants we have in this installation, as opposed to kneading your fingers or kneading your toes on others. But it's so elegant and it's so simple, and I'm so proud of it. We added some really cool beads of fiberglass because remember, this is supposed to be indicative of a coral reef under the sea, scuba diving. One of the residents here came out and stopped dead in her tracks and said, oh my gosh, it's a coral reef. And this was yesterday before we were even done. I was so pleased. I brought in a little bit of jade chips. We brought in a little burgundy lava. We brought in, we did more of the little La Paz for top dressing. And then I also sprinkled some black 3/8 lava hither and thither. And this kind of Jackson Pollocky layered rock look, I contained it just to this area here. And I left the flanks pretty open and free of extra rock. I am really proud of myself. I was so tempted because we had the rubble to throw rubble all over the place, but I didn't do it. Over here, yes, Hannah says something smells delicious. Car freshener. They must be cleaning inside. But over here, the palms, look magnificent once again. We did end up moving this barrel cactus, which looks like a giant beach ball. I love it so much. And here we just added some beautiful lava boulder. We did a little rubble treatment in the back, so when residents are sitting on the bench or, coming outside, they can see behind there too. And we added, we worked with the rock that we had, but we also brought in some extra mini boulder as well. But all of this rubble I repurposed from the initial installation. We just worked with it in a slightly different capacity. So the plant treatment up here is basically just cotyledon, this cute little pop of color with this kalanchoe, some aeonium, and here's a little Echeverria harmsii. I was also mindful to plant things that I really want to color up in the areas in this installation microclimatically and exposure-wise that are going to get the most sun. Also, I love the bushy 70s look on these crassula, but some of the residents said, no, we want them trimmed. So I took out buckets of plant material. I don't know if you can tell, but I laced the crap out of these. And I don't hate it. It's a very subjective look, and I really do like this better because that exposed the underside where we were able to add more rock and rubble. So it just more good. There is a staffer here that waters by hand this garden. He was doing it every 2 weeks, and we identified as we were working that the soil was quite dry. So we encouraged them to go up to every week instead. So this will be back on my annual maintenance regimen, and with just some basic deadheading and detritus removal, I think that this can be absolutely enjoyed for the 11 months to come without much intervention. So thank you, Jody, our wonderful volunteer who won't let me pay her as much as I want to. And there's Kevin and Mel. Where'd Miguel go?
Maybe the rest of
Oh, Miguel's in the bathroom. He extends his regrets for not being able to wave. But yeah, until the next time, folks, thank you so much for subscribing, for liking this video, for sharing with your garden-loving friends. Remember, if you are interested in working for Team DFS, please let me know at designforserenity.com. Also, if you are a videographer, we are looking for one. So, you know, put out the word. Anything else? Did I forget anything? Nope. Hannah's like, no, I want to go to the beach. Let's wrap this up. All right. This has been Laura of Design for Serenity in Coronado. Catch you next time. Bye, guys.